right. Good morning, traders. Ooh, BT dumping here at the bell. Keep an eye on that. HUSN, break of 450. This could start going. It's a nice triangle. They just had revenues. Okay, let me go through my watch list here. I'll take that off. Works doesn't look good. XPIO might be alright. XCLA. ACY. Got a downtrend it needs to break. Let's see, let me fix this. Oops, that's not what I meant to hit. What am I doing? Oh yeah, there, okay. Keep an eye on that. BYSI, what are you doing today? BYSI looks like it may sell off. FLGC, nothing there yet. BTBT with a little rebound. Let's see, what's the SPY doing? SPY's still going sideways, so that still hasn't made up its mind which way it wants to go. METX. Don't like that. Don't like that. Freight Hub. MVIS. TEDU. Don't like that. NOAV popping up some, so that might be a possible play. NSC, no. So at the moment, I don't like. Oh, let's see. FLGC starting to run. Let's see, we just crossed over. See if I can get filled on the. I'm just gonna jump in now and see if I got filled. Oh yeah, I got right where I wanted it. 1077. Yeah, that's fine. It's not up there where the 1084 is. FLGC needs to break 1150 to really get going. Good morning, Lori. So we'll let that hang out for a second because it's moving a bit slow, but I like the play. It's got the daily setup. If it can just start moving up and getting bullish over that 1150 area over the top of this red candle, then it could really start running. So we'll see. On BLG, I don't. It's looking like that might try to have a quick pop. It's got a lot of resistance ahead of it though. NEOV. NEOV needs to break 235, that previous high there. If it can break that, I may look for an entry. AUSN still coming down. Oh, FLGC starting to pop. Pushing up over 11 right now. Let's see if it gets going or not. 11.25. Ask all the way up to 11.43. Good morning, Fat Boy Drizzy. We may start moving here. Pushed all the way up to 1180. Look back at this 5-minute here. And there's a little resistance at 1180. It could stop it. Could slow it down here. Maybe. It's not that much resistance, but it could be. And it's just right across the top of there, right where we're hitting at right now. There we go. There we go. Starting to break 12. Looks like we may get halted. You ain't gonna fake me out today, by God, market makers. I'm not stopping, taking my eyes off this until I make sure this is damn halted. There, okay, this is halted. Very nice. So already FLGC with a nice pop. Beautiful daily chart setup with that little red indecision following the big green candle. And then you have a bullish engulfing candle the third day. And that is a continuation setup. When that bullish engulfing breaks over the red on the daily chart, you get these nice moves. So beautiful, 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 beautiful. What a way to start the day. Now we'll see what it does out of this halt. Some of these halts lately have been ridiculous. Things come out of a halt and just die. Within seconds. But who knows? This could start gapping up. We'll see what happens. Go. HUSN still hanging in there. It tried to shoot up and test 450 again, but NALV is still climbing. Got this little downtrend that NALV needs to break on the daily. So it's testing that. Oh, it just broke over that. Very nice. So I'm going to let NALV hang out for a second. HUSN can continue to hold at 4 and start crawling back around to the top of that triangle. Could be a decent play. BTPT, you're going to dump. Bitcoin and Ethereum are having some pullbacks. So BTPT may dump a little today. see DXYN. What's going on here? Another earnings play. This is above all indicators. I'll keep an eye on it. It just needs to, looks like, break 350. Yeah. 350 is our resistance there. INAOV still pushing up. Very nice. Hasn't broken this downtrend yet. I don't think we're going to break it out of this first pop. I expect NAOV to get rejected at that 250 area and then pull back, and after that we could see it continue to run. Let's see, what time do we get halted? Oh, that's great. They didn't even notify a halt. Let's see, next resistance is going to be 1275 at the top of this body. So break a 1275 and this could really get going. Now there is a possibility this gaps up over that 1275, which is, if that's the case, if this gaps out of this halt to the upside, this thing could get nutty. Some crazy revenue growth. Oh, 5 million up from 1 million. Go-Go is making a triangle. It's a little bit higher float, but grab 10 shares of this because I don't like the higher float, but on the off chance, let's see FLGC coming out here of the halt. Let's see if we're going to pull back or keep pushing. It didn't really gap up. It did have a little gap up. There we go. So 1270, that's what we're that 1270 is what we got to break. 1270, 1275. It's going to keep running. Ooh. We're definitely testing here. Having a little pullback on this wick. $12 could hold as support. Oh, I need to put Go-Go on my watch list here so I can see what it's doing. Whoops. Oh, yeah, Go-Go's over 12, though. They still haven't dumped yet. We might start dumping. Let's see if 12 holds us support. There's some buyers who keep coming in and they're fighting against this from dropping. Normally by now this would have cracked. That's why I haven't quite sold yet. It's taking it a minute to... Yeah, 12 is holding up. Yeah, see, now we're starting to push back up again. There's a big seller at 12.20. If he gets taken out, then I think this is going to continue to move. Oh, yeah, he got taken out. So a lot of indecision here on this. But we're still not dumping. Looks like we're going to go for another push here. Yeah, here we go. You're going to break 13. If we break 13, boys, it's off to the races. Oh, here we go. Let's go. Beautiful. Let's see if it can continue, though. It's going to test here for a second, but beautiful pushing over it right there for half a second. This should make, we should start seeing some FOMO come in on this play now. Yeah, there comes that FOMO. I smell the Red Bull and Cheeto fingers. Still getting some selling pressure up here above 13 though. Should have took off a lot harder. I don't like that it's coming back down here. There we go. Holding 13 in support though. That's a good sign. Starting to crack a little bit. Let's see if 13 holds here or not. And 13 cracking. We may see some consolidation start happening here. It's got to break this little downtrend with 30, 40, something like that. Yeah, we're still not dumping. That's a strong sign. Oh, let's see. WHUSN starting to come up. I'm going to start building a position on this. I'm going to grab 50 shares there. And we're getting close to that breakout. FLGC still holding over 13, looking like we may have another push. Another push possibly coming here. I'm gonna be a smart boy though. I'm gonna lock 10 out if we pop back over 13 for a second. Yeah, man, let's see. No, I'm not gonna lock it out yet. This looks like it. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna try to push again. Starting to break that downtrend. We're consolidating. Yeah, I should have locked some of it out. I know I should have. Let's see, is that a double top now? Not quite. HUSN real quick. Let's see. Okay. Ooh, I might have to get out. I'm gonna grab it off 50 more off of that. Off of that $4 level. And then let's put a stop loss in here. Like 391 maybe. I'll just put 389 for now, just in case it cracks, because it could crack. Let's see, FLGC, you still are not doing anything yet. Still consolidating. Good morning, Donnell. We're slowing down a little bit. Let's see, if this candle pushes back up green, then I'll hold this, but if it starts dropping any lower, yeah, I'm gonna lock this out. So $53 profit there. Could always possibly get back in. Go-Go's still slowly climbing from that entry, not moving very fast. Let's see, HUSN, are you gonna be able to break out? Ooh, that would have been dumb. I put a 30 stop loss in there. I'm just going to put that stop loss back in here, though. HUSN needs to get back up over 430 again if it's going to move. What is my... okay, 418. NAOV still climbing. Yeah, there. Okay, it's coming up that 250 finally. Now, I may take another trade on FLGC if it starts doing that. I'll hop in 10 more shares here. This is starting to push up. Where did I get that one at? 12.93. Ooh, that's a little high on that fill. Bouncing off of that adaptive, it needs to close, the body of the screen count needs to close over 13. We still got a couple minutes left. Trying. That candle on HUSN is looking real ugly. I'm not liking what I'm seeing on HUSN. It's having a hard time getting back up. Tesla, ooh. A lot of selling at 1350. It's got to break 1350. If it's gonna keep running. Got a minute on this candle to close. We're all over the place. Says 13 trying to hold a support. And it is. Got 30 seconds left on this candle. I'm gonna grab 10 more. It's gonna close the way it needs to close, and then we should break on this candle. If we don't break on this candle, if we don't break over that 1350, then this will come back down. But it's making a little triangle here. The HUSN testing that bottom support, not looking great. My average is 13, so that's not bad. It's trying to hold 13 as support. That's why I want to get back in there. And having a little pullback. Oh wow, HUSN bouncing off of 4. That was very close to my stop loss. Go. Still barely moving. BT starting to come back alive. A little U shape there. Possibly. Let's see what's Bitcoin doing. Bitcoin's trying to come up. All right, FLGC. It may be the next candle that it breaks this triangle, because we're still, like the tip's kind of like right here. Yeah, so it kind of be the next one, unless it breaks out on this candle. It could break out on this candle, but maybe the next one. Either way, it's going to be within the next 10 minutes. It's either going to break up or it's going to break down. I like that. I like that we're holding 13. HUSN back up to 420. Starting to push back up. Oh, let's see. We're getting close to that 1350 again for another test. Here it goes. Boom. Got a quick little pop over 1350. But still not breaking yet. Pushed all the way back down. But that's a good push there. We got to continue to push though. If all of a sudden it stops pushing up, then that would have been that'd be a fake out breakout. So we don't want a fake out breakout. Again, we're testing 13 support. HUSN coming back up a little bit. Ooh, BTBT coming back up too. Some more. Alright, what is going to happen on this play? Are we going to break out or break down? You see 13 start holding the bid. Ooh, that's an ugly close on that candle. If this doesn't immediately push over 13. I'm just going to move this line out of the way because the 10 is there. We're actually looking pretty decent on FLGC at the moment. HUSN needs to get back above 430 to try to test the top at 450. Still holding 13. Not too bad. Let's see, we got 3 minutes for this candle to close, so this could go either way at this point. BTBT. BTBT pushing for 13. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Go-Go looking like crap. Had a quick little pop. Putting a little stop loss on Go-Go here. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get back to FLGC because we're starting to crack. We're still consolidating. See it on that 15-minute, but I don't like You can see how it's like that line needs to be gone. But there's the 1350 resistance. If I can draw it. Come on. All right, close enough. But it's hitting it and it's starting to curl down. So that's not what we want to see. We want it to continue to hit that 1350. Yeah, see, now we're having a drop. That's exactly what I was concerned about. So I'm giving back a little profit on this. Could be pretty strong support at 12. PYSI, okay, that's selling off. ACY, it's not doing much, but possible U-shape there. So it closed. So it's trying to hold up 12. So actually we're kind of looks like we're forming a channel. Yeah, it looks like a channel forming. If that pushes back up to 13. We do need this little downtrend to break. So it needs to actually just needs to break over 1260 to confirm this channel here. MVIS. Alright, whatever. Question is, do I want to... If this is a channel, I may add to this position. As long as it stays above 12, it starts cracking 12. That will be all she wrote. HUSN back of that 430 area. It's starting to look good for a possible move. I really don't like this curl over. It is having problems pushing back up. And it's barely holding 12. But this play looks like a bent fishing rod. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Let's see if it holds back up. No, I'm getting that. Whoa, what are you doing? Oh, come on, I got 30 shares. I got 20 shares, not 30. Now it's trying to push back up some. Fire coming in there. Yeah, this is dumping. No, I want 20 shares there. Let's see, it's at 1166. Where's that at? 1146. $11.60 is the top of that candle, so that could hold as support. And then our body's at 11.38. Okay. I'm just going to put that 20 shares under right there. And let's let that ride for a minute. Take a look at HUSN, see what we got going on here. So I got 100 shares of this, yeah. Are you going to break out HUSN? It's only 6.5 million in shares, so if this does get a breakout, this thing could run. We are going to have some strong resistance at $5. So if we do pop up, we probably just, if we break 450, we'll probably just shoot straight to 5 and then run into resistance again, but we'll see. NLV, nothing there yet on it. ACY still looking like a possible play. Just not getting any volume yet. FLGC trying to hold up at 1175 area. See CTRM. This is on a nice little uptrend. Just riding right up that purple DMA, so trade that off of there. HUSN having problems getting over 440. Yeah, some resistance there at 440, so we gotta basically have a resistance zone. And this isn't really something that I talk about a lot, resistance and support zones, but they are, I mean, it's the same thing as using just one line, except for you would kind of go do the bodies like I did with this at 440, and then you do the tops of the wicks at 450. So this whole 440 to 450 is resistance. FLGC still trying to creep back up to 12. BT looks like it might make another move. This Bitcoin, yeah, Bitcoin's coming back up. Yeah, this stock is moving so slow. I'm just gonna get out of this. So I was worried about. See, it's such a higher float. So I'll eat that $2 loss, whatever. I just shouldn't have got in anyway because it's just a waste. FLGC trying to get back above 12 here. Give me just a couple of minutes, guys. I'll be right back. I think we got a few minutes before this starts moving. Yeah, so I guess the market slowed down a little bit because nothing has happened while I was gone for that 5 minutes. Everything still stayed about where it was at. Good morning, Cool J. I still have some funds left to trade, so I am going to be looking for another trade. I'm taking go off. I don't even care about you. Just get off my watch list. Get off my watch list and stay off my watch list, wasting my time. See real quick, what's the SPY doing? Still going sideways. That's why nothing's happened. Alrighty then. Let's see, is there anything going on NYSC? Nothing but a bunch of big floats. Like some mid caps and whatnot. How's the old Robin Hood doing today? Let's go check it. Ah, poo, it sold off. ZY happened and it continues to happen. Choppy market, short long setups, mini pullbacks. Yeah, not a bad idea to take, some small profits on a day like today because it is very, very choppy. If FLGC does not come back up over 12 here soon, it's going to dump. It's a pretty green market though. Across most of the stocks. Yeah, FLGC starting to dump here. Probably about to get stopped out there. And HUSN coming back down again. Still not able to break. This setup may fail. It's taken such a long time for it to break out. It may break down. Yeah, so stopped out there on FLGC. Giving back half of my profits. So still up 22 there. Took a $2 loss on that other one, so not a big deal. $20 so far in the green. CTR, you're below the indicators. I'm not trading you. Not breaking my indicator rule. Yeah. I don't know. I may not take another trade. I'm not seeing anything else. BT getting rejected at 13.20. HUSN trying to hold 415. If it can hold 415 support here, that would be good. Then it could curl back up and try to get back up again. I'm going to go ahead and remove these resistance lines because we know where the resistance is at. What does this candle look like? Okay. Well, right across this plateau right here is $4, so $4 should be very strong support. It's coming back down to the trend line. Needs to hold that trend line. BITF just started popping up. Breaking $5. This is one I was saying. I'm hopping in here because this is the first time this thing's actually started moving. Where am I? I gotta put you on here. Another crypto stock, but been slowly building up for a breakout over 5 on the daily chart. I got it at 506. Okay. So if big volume continues to come in here, this could rip. But it needs to hold above 5. HUSN holding up the bottom of the downtrend or the uptrend. Ooh, I kind of bought it at the top now. Well, that's fine. This is BITF. Yeah, I'll type it in the chat for you. It's a crypto stock. Bitcoins. Let's see what's Ethereum doing. Oh baby, Ethereum is going nuts. Ethereum just broke over 2,800 a little bit ago. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go. Means BTBT is probably going to start popping again here, especially if Bitcoin comes up and breaks 40,000. You're going to see these crypto stocks go nuts. But Bitcoin is a little ways away from that. It's at 38,320 at the moment. Coming down a little bit on BITF. That's okay. Because that was a bad entry. I bought at the top of this candle. The way I was looking at it when I had my chart like this, it didn't look like that big of a candle. But then when I stretched it out, that's a decent sized candle. So boy, HUSN just feels so heavy. It's just having such a hard time getting up. ACY still slowly climbing. That's interesting. It's got to break 30 and this thing could rip. Yeah, it's barely had any volume. Whew. It's a big spread right there. Let's see it. If I can get in here like at 28 something. 10 shares. Let's try. Let's go with 28.30. Oh, I don't have enough. Never mind. Just want to keep an eye on for sure. BITF still holding $5. That looks good. BTBT with this little triangle here. BTBT breaking out. BITF should start going. Let's back up to that 505 area, and there it goes, starting to push. BITF is a little bit higher float, 145 million, but see, we're having some issues at that 508 area. BITF is the only thing on this scanner here. Tempted to add. Yeah, I'm gonna go 10 more on BTBT, starting to push up. I still have my 35 shares from the swing I've been holding this entire time, but adding 10 there because it's starting to break out of this triangle possibly. Break at 1350, I would say BTBT will start running again. HUSN all the way back down to this downtrend again, or uptrend, whatever I keep calling it. I don't care about BTBT's earnings. It's not about their earnings. It's about what the crypto market's doing. Their earnings are going to be whatever, how much ever Bitcoin and Ethereum they hold or whatever. So coming up to 1340 for a little test. BITF just still chilling out there. It's taking its time moving. HUSN getting very close to cracking. There's some buyers sitting on the bid at 405 trying to hold it up. MYMD, this just started jumping out of nowhere. Oh, they just had PR. Compound shown to suppress a major cause of death in COVID-19 human cell study. So that's big PR. That could start going, start taking action away from everything else too. But that PR just came out 9 minutes ago. So that is new PR. Don't have any type of pattern to play on it though. HUSN, nice bounce. So this still is hanging in there. It was MYMD. That was the ticker of this one just now, getting some I can't even get 30. Let's see, can I get 20? No, I can't even get 20. Oh no. If this candle can break back over 550, this is going to start going. So I was trying to get in there. Still having some selling pressure. What I was thinking is, if people aren't seeing this yet, because volume's not heavy on it yet. When other traders start noticing this and seeing what this PR says, they could start pushing it up. BT up to 1350 right now. Let's see, you're going to break. Yes, you are. Very nice. Go on, BT. Keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing, my friend. Yeah, so it maybe, yeah, kind of saved myself not having any more funds to trade on this. It very easily could go again, but it may have to consolidate a little bit. It may take some time for everybody to kind of notice it and look at it. Yeah, because they're getting a little sell-off there. BITF coming back up to that 508 level again where we're flattened at. Let's see if it can break over that. BT is holding over 1350 at the moment. That downtrend needs to break there on MYMD. Oh, BITF got a little pop. Popped real quick. One little pop over 511. This thing's moving super slow. See, this downtrend right here on HUSN, that's what needs to break. 430. There you go. Keep on going. Keep on going, you beautiful BT. BITF starting to move a little. Starting to do a little shake, a little dance. Um, about 1,500. My account right now is around, I don't know exactly with BTBT still running, but probably around 3,600. And I've been trading about 1,500 a day, splitting it in half. So as the account grows, I'll probably scale up position sizes, but not yet. Not while we're in a choppy market. While we're in this choppy market, I'm keeping my position sizes small. Go BITF, you can do it. I know you've got a higher float and it takes you a while to move, but you can do it. So he just came up to the top of the little triangle here on HUSN. Check the SPY and see what it's up to. Nothing. SPY still nothing. It's right there at that 440. Go BT, go. Do your thing. Keep climbing. See, BITF's too high a float. It's taking too long. It's gonna be a slow mover unless like some crazy volume comes in. So I have my scanners. If you're not seeing the scanner videos yet, I just released one for the scanner setups, and there's videos. There's multiple videos, I think, in the playlist, the day trading lesson playlist, that I haven't added to the site yet. So if you have been watching the videos on frameworkfortune.com, be sure to also look at the day trading lesson playlist on the YouTube channel here, because there's a lot more lessons in the YouTube channel. But there's 4 criteria I look for, and actually I've added a 5th criteria, but I want low float stocks under 100 million in shares, and I want BTBT about to break 14, and I want some type of catalyst, either, oh, they had some PR today, I didn't even see that. Hey, breaking 14, beautiful, let's go. Catalyst, either PR, chart pattern, something like that. Let's see, what do we got so far? What did I say already? So catalyst, low float, volume. Volume is very important. So when I do my scans in the morning, at least I want at minimum 500,000 in volume. And then the new stipulation, the new criteria I've added is I don't want stocks below the EMAs on the daily charts. So like, and that may be what's going on with MYMD, why it's pulling back, because it wasn't quite over the daily chart indicators. FLGC coming back a little bit alive, but like FLGC is above all EMAs. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for anything under it, because there's a bunch of stocks on this NASDAQ gainer list. Like this one, ASTR, looks like it's ripping big, but then you look at the daily chart and it's running right into the 50 and 200. I don't like that. I want it to be above. So when I do my scans, I just throw them on there. Some of my watch lists, is from the night before from the last rip episodes where I'm looking for things to play today. Boy, BTBT is still pushing. Beautiful. Beautiful. BITF slowly climbing. But yeah, that's the four criteria. Good morning, Lightning Rick. Well, 5 criteria, I guess I should say. But I'll just go through the stocks that are on the scanners, and like today, because I was late to the stream, I didn't even do a scan. I just looked at my NASDAQ scanner over here and threw the ones up there that I liked this morning. They're at market open. But there wasn't hardly any I liked. Anyway, BTBT I've been trading for 2 weeks. And BITF, that was one that I've kept an eye on a little bit, but it hasn't done anything until today. I've been waiting for it to break over 5. So the only thing I got, and then FLGC, we've also been watching for a week or two now. So the only trade that I got in was HUSN that was not on my watch list, and that was down here on the NASDAQ gainer list. I also have this scanner here that'll pop up stocks getting some action. But yeah, float under 100 million, volume minimum 500K. Woohoo, BTBT is still going. Some type of catalyst above all indicators, and price. That's the one I was forgetting. I knew I was forgetting something. So I'd like to stay in between the price range of $1, which I may move at to $2, because dollar stocks very rarely move big. Well, I stay between $1 and $20 basically. I found the action. No, I didn't find it today. I've been in BTBT since it started ripping back down here. BITF still pushing. Go ahead, little guy. Push on up there. I'll take some little profits on you. Now my price target for BTBT has been $15, and this is the first time that's gotten close. Let's see, Bitcoin still pushing up. Let's see how Ethereum's doing. Oh boy. Yeah, there's the Ethereum chart. Look at that beautifulness. You do your thing, Ethereum. It's running into 2850 basically resistance, so that'll be something to keep an eye on. The most recent video was the scanner said, here, I'll just go get it for you. I'll get the link for you. I'll take the workout for you. There's a couple of them, because the most recent one I didn't go into that much detail. I just showed the scanner settings basically. So this is the most recent one right there. And then let me go into the lesson playlist. I also taught, if you haven't watched the starter guide part 1 and part 2 yet, make sure you watch that as a new trader. That's like the first thing you want to watch. Okay. Copy, 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 copy. All right, and then this one is another one. And then from any of these, you should be able to get into the playlist, the day trading lesson playlist. There's 39 videos in there. Yeah, there you go. See BT running into some resistance at 1444. Right at 1450 area. Let's see, right. Yeah, right there. So I may have a little pullback here, but that's okay. We just had a nice breakout out of that triangle of consolidation. So I'd expect a little pullback. HUSN, are you ever going to do anything? I'm just going to move my stop loss up on this. Oh, wait a second here. Are you answering me? Did you hear me talking to you, HUSN? Are you one of those stocks I need to sing to? Is that what gets you excited? HUSN. If you wouldn't mind to just rip up to that 450. There's plenty of things that you would like at that 450. Oh, you're having problems at 430. Well, no worries. You can break that. It is your day. Alright, I get serenaded a little bit. Is that good enough for you, HUSN? Maybe? Oh, maybe. Get rejected off that 40 DMA. It's trying to hold 425 as support. I'm going to stop watching it. I don't want to watch it anymore. I sung to it and it's not breaking out right away. I'd rather watch BT go up. Yeah, see, look at that. HUSN still not able to break. It's probably going to dump now. That was, we still got a little bit of room in the triangle for like one more candle, but if this doesn't break up soon, it's going to dump. Not a lot of buying volume in it. Let's see, it's starting to come back down again. FLGC back over 12. Well, trying to get over 12. Let me remove that. A little curl there. If I could break back up, get in that channel, that might could possibly move. Whoops. Took trading view out. I needed my trading view back on so I can keep an eye on the Bitcoin. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bitcoin. Ooh. Bitcoin looks like it may try to break 40,000 today. If that momentum continues into it. Got some Yeah, 415 trying to hold a support. Yeah, still trying to hold. If I can hold, that may still get a shot. I don't know if I'm gonna hold BITF much longer. I don't like how slow this is. Yeah, Bitcoin just broke over 39,000. Very, very nice. Absolutely, Racing Ray, and of course I'll always be putting out more lesson videos because as I learn and grow as a trader, I will share that information. As soon I'll be probably doing another criteria update video to update those moving averages, or like I said, being above the moving averages on the daily. Yeah, BTBT. Bitcoin starts going, boy. This is gonna get beautiful. HUSN, you coming back again, taking out some more sellers there. You gonna break over the downtrend? Maybe. Sometime today, HUSN. Just make your mind up. Just do something. Bids are starting to try to stack at 425. 425 can start holding that support. Then we could see that push, but it's struggling. There we go. Nope, see, still struggling. Trying to get bids. There's a zero bid. Yeah. On BITF, are you going to break 520? Give me a little more. Come on. And for you guys who are members on the website too, I'm working as fast as I can to get everything updated in the new group section. It's probably going to replace the forum section at some point, but it's a lot smoother setup. I appreciate you guys being patient as we're still figuring out what we want to do with it. There's a huge buyer, 56,000 shares sitting at 517 on BITF. That's a monster. Oh, he's gone. See, we keep getting held up at that DMA. We gotta break through that DMA. It pushed it up a little bit, but it's having a lot of trouble pushing over it. Some big sellers at 433. Yeah, we got a ton of selling in this 430 area. Oh, he just got taken out. Alright, we're going to get back over 440. No. Oh my god, this stock. That was very close there, but it looks like it. I don't know what this is gonna do. It's not dumping, so at some point, if it doesn't dump, it's gonna have to come up. Yes, patience is key. You are exactly right. But my patience has been tested the last 2 weeks so much. Ugh. It's taking everything I can to stay in the green in this choppy market and stay profitable. And this stock right here is really annoying. This is only 6.5 million shares. This thing should be making moves. It should be very volatile, and it's not. There's just this tug of war of buyers and sellers, and neither one of them can decide. You know, nobody's winning the battle. It's like the SPY right now. Just slow moving. But trading this is a lesson that I probably should do a lesson on this, actual video lesson, but you can be mentally exhausted from trading. If you you're sitting there staring at screens every day, looking at these candles, and you're trading your money, your own money. If you're not paper trading, you're actually trading with real money. It can take a mental toll on you. So when you have those issues, like H&H Trader, I think was going through that yesterday, where he started out pretty rough in pre-market, and that kind of just set the tone for the rest of his day. But that trade mentally exhausted him. Do you have quit already? So, I like to say 90% of stock trading and trading in general is psychological. You guys hear me talk about psychology quite a bit. And not only is it psychological for the people and the institutions and stuff that we're trading against, it's also your own psyche that you have to be concerned with. Because you have to be sharp and you have to be emotionless. If you get caught up, if you let your emotions get you caught up, and you can take some bad trades. If you're mentally exhausted from being in something, staring at something for an hour and a half, the same trade, like HUSN here, that could mentally exhaust you. If you're taking multiple trades like me, I've been shooting trades all over the place today. Well, not as bad. I mean, that go-go trade was stupid, but other than that, you know, I'm green on every trade at the moment if HUSN will break out of this damn triangle. Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta, it is very mentally exhausting. You're exerting a lot of brain power to trade this stuff. And my brain I got a little tiny brain, so it really takes a toll on my little brain. Some of you geniuses out there, you might be able to handle a little bit better than me, but I can't even spell IQ correctly, so this is a lot. HUSN, man, come on. We're right here at this tip. You've got like one or two candles left to do something. Like at this point, I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna do. It's really annoying. BITF is doing a little sideways thing again. We're at on Bitcoin. Bitcoin still trying to stay above 39,000. And Ether still testing that 2,800 area. Yeah, that's it. Well, you've figured it out, man. You know how to be a trader now. There you go. Then it'd be that's nonsense. You get mentally exhausted too. Don't act like you don't. To try to say otherwise, to try to blame it on somebody not knowing the stock market. I don't know why you think people need to understand every single detail of the stock market to be a day trader. Yeah, then what are you talking about? You know, HUSN starting to dump here, so this may be done. Looks like we may dump out of this triangle. Yeah, getting close. Well, yeah, you do gotta have some money to be a day trader. That is for sure. But here's the thing: if you are trying to learn how to day trade, if you're trying to become, successful at that, and you're trying to get out of the 9 to 5 hamster wheel and all that, it's going to take more than just day trading. I mean, you can get very good at day trading and get yourself out of there, but the key to being a successful entrepreneur is more than one income stream. So you don't want just trading as an income stream, because in these choppy markets like this, if you're having issues making any money, then what are you going to do? Your one income stream is going to be a problem. So you want multiple income streams. So it does take money to make money, and that's going to start with being disciplined in your personal life with your finances. You need to run your personal life like a business. Like if you like a business runs for the sole purpose, well, anyway, the financial part runs for the sole purpose of being a profitable business so the business can grow. So run your personal finances the same way. Have a budget sheet, have expenses, have it all broken down. The Mint app, Intuitive Mint or Intuit Mint, whatever it is, MINT. That app you can attach all your accounts, including your trading accounts, into that app and be able to budget. You can set budgets and try to keep, like you want to be profitable. Whatever your monthly income is, you want to be spending less than that. So that way you're bringing in that extra money. Because I guarantee if you're not budgeting right now, if you've never budgeted, if you budget, you will find some extra money. You will see some spots where you're like, oh, I'm spending $200-300 on Starbucks a month. That's crazy. I should just go get some coffee beans and make my own coffee. And then you might find 150 extra a month. One Life is talking crazy. You don't need 100K with 500 margin. That's insane. If I had to choose one, support and resistance or market structure, I don't even know what market structure, I don't know what that means. I would choose support and resistance. Because without support and resistance, I don't know how you would know where to find entries and exits. Oh, higher lows, lower highs. You still need support and resistance. Yeah, yeah. I didn't know what he was talking. Yeah, yeah. I got you, but I mean, you still got to have support and resistance. Whether you're playing off of lows or playing off of highs and higher lows and higher highs. If you've got higher, like this is building higher lows right now, HUSN is. But there's this uptrend, and the higher lows form a uptrend, which is a support line. And then we've got higher low, or let's see, we got lower highs coming down it. So we've got the sloping trend line. So that's resistance. So, you got, like, that's, if you're not, I mean, I don't, it'd be weird to try to figure out entries. I mean, if you're gonna buy off the low of the day or something, I don't know. But, like, support and resistance is a must. Go, BT, go. To 15. BITF still climbing slowly. Let's go, boys. I just need HUSN to break out. Yeah, like Sicilian said, higher lows, lower highs, all that stuff. Um, you're going to be drawing trend lines anyway. So I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't use support and resistance with it. Um, yeah, I don't vertical support. I don't think there would be. Okay, I was gonna say diagonal support versus horizontal. It doesn't matter. They're gonna be the thing. Here's the thing. I feel like you're overcomplicating a little too much right now. We are just trading supply and demand. We're just trading people, buyers and sellers. All support and resistance is support is an area where there's going to be a lot of buyers at. And if there's more buyers at that price than there is sellers, then that's going to hold a strong support, whether it's sloping, whether it's a circle, if you're using some kind of crazy strategy, whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Resistance, same thing. That's going to be a line where there's a whole lot more sellers than buyers. And if the buyers cannot outweigh the sellers, then that's going to be resistance. So it doesn't matter. You don't got to, don't overthink it. One of the worst things to do in the stock market is overthink things. At least for me, anyway, in my experience. When you start overthinking, then you start kind of like making stuff up that you don't even mean to make up. Supply and demand is very simple, One Life. If you think supply and demand is complicated, then yeah, something's wrong with your brain. Supply and demand is so simple. It's literally a law of nature. It's the most simplest thing in the world. It's very easy. You got demand, you got supply. If there's a lot more demand than supply, prices go up. If you got a lot more supply than demand, prices go down. Boom, bam, done, easy. Explained. Bitfarms prediction. I don't even know anything about Bitfarms. So I really couldn't tell you. Yeah, there you go. Supply a like or two. Thank you, Lightning Rick. That was a good one, man. I gotta incorporate that into my little spiels that I do. I just explained what support and resistance is. It's supply and demand. It's levels of price where there will be either a more demand than supply, like this trend line. This trend line keeps holding up because there's more demand than supply. All right. So the price is still slowly creeping up. The price is going up. The moment there is more supply than demand, then the price is going to drop. As soon as people do not want to buy this anymore, which I'm getting to the point where I'm regretting buying it because of how long it's taken to break out. So if I'm starting to feel that way, I'm sure there's other traders out there starting to feel the same way as well. And that could cause this to drop down. Daniel, if you don't like watching my channel and listen to what, or don't like what I'm saying, don't watch it. Go watch The Real Housewives of Florida or Hollywood, whatever you watch in your spare time while you're sipping on your specialty wines and eating teacups. It looks exactly what it looks. It looks exactly what it does on this chart. Each candlestick is a measure of supply and demand within the time frame. So this is a 5-minute chart. So each candle is supply and demand. If there's more demand than supply, you get a green candle. If there's more supply than demand, you get a red candle. So the candles, because they are showing you the supply and demand, you're going to use the candles to draw your support and resistance lines. So we had a bunch of wicks up here touching, so we can attach this line there. Those wicks is where there's too much selling pressures, too many sellers, too much supply. So they push it down, push it down, push it down, so we can connect this trend line there, the down sloping resistance. Now there's other resistance too that we can look at on the same play. I can remove that, and we can see how many, where's the prices getting hit at? Where's a bunch of supply at? Too much supply, not enough demand. Right across 440. So you can draw your resistance, and this is what I was saying earlier. This is more of a resistance zone than it is a resistance line, because you've got both the bodies of the candles you can attach to. So if you drag it down to 440, and you can see right there, well, let's see, I'm not quite at 440 yet. Oh, yeah, I am. That's good enough. Get out of here. So you can see where all this body hit, this body hit, this body hit, this body hit. These bodies came close. So that 440 is very strong resistance. A lot of sellers sitting at 440. And then when it did break over 440, it got held up at 450. So there's a lot of sellers in that area. Too much supply and not enough demand. So we're going to need a lot of demand, a lot of buy-in volume. And remember, volume is just the amount of supply and demand. So a lot of buy-in volume to push through this level of sellers. A lot of demand to push through all of this supply. So, I mean, whether or not I draw it like this, or if I draw it sloping, it doesn't really matter. The sloping is just a triangle pattern. That's why I'm drawing it like that, because for this to get to that 450, it's got to get out of this downtrend. A downtrend is going to be selling pressure, so it's going to be a lot of sellers, not enough demand to push it up. Same thing with the support. I don't have to have this uptrend here. I could just do vertical support. And look at it. Where are we looking right? $4. We know every 25 cents. Here's a rule to always keep in your mind. Support and resistance is going to be every 25 cents. And the reason why is because people don't like to math. Psychologically, traders want to exit trades and enter trades at a easy price to do math with. So every 25 cents is easy math. So 25 cents are going to be kind of like, could hold up as resistance or support, or it could break. But If you get a whole number, like $1, $2, $3, $4, those are going to be strong support and resistance. Well, we look right here at these candles, and what do we got? We can draw a line straight across there at $4, and $4 has held up as very strong support. Same place where these candles are hitting. So I didn't even have to know support and resistance by looking at the candles. I just know every 25 cents of support and resistance. Yeah, they do, One Life. There's plenty of people. There's actually literally strategies out there where people will enter every 25 cents. Who? You guys right now with your crazy talking in the chat are distracting people from learning what I'm trying to teach them. It's not that complicated. You guys are trying to say if I'm explaining it complicated, then I can explain it easier. There's people, One Life. There's people. Not everybody trades. You've been hanging out with Daniel B too much. You and Daniel B, man, y'all are so close-minded. You think the whole world revolves around everything that you guys do. Not everybody does the things you do. Nobody cares about you guys, okay? You guys are two peas in a whole big pool of a bunch of other peas, just like I am. Nobody cares about my trading strategies. People want to learn how to trade, and that's what I like, is teaching people how to trade. But you guys are so sad. Okay, I'm the joke. Sure. Oh boy. Go bother Hal. Why are you guys over here bothering me? So how do you scale out of positions? You can do it a lot of different ways. I mean, there's not really a wrong way to scale out of a position. Like when you're locking out profits, depending on the strategy you're using, like the strategy I use is I'm looking for this adaptive 10 to hold up, and when the price gets way off the adaptive 10 like it did right here on this candle, I would scale out there because it's way off of that indicator support. Same thing with NYMD. It shot way up there. It's way off of this 10-day, so it's going to pull back. So you'd want to be scaling out up there, and then if it starts coming back down, you want to get out just like you would without scaling out. But if you there's not really anything today that, well, yeah, there is. BTBT's been running. So like BTBT, let's say you got in right here for this little curl, this little U-shaped break, and jump over the EMAs. You got in at 1250. It runs up. It's a ways off there. There's some resistance right here because you can see this little plateau. You can draw that straight across there at 1325. And you would have wanted to start scaling there because it started consolidating. So it's consolidating. You scale, take part of your position, and then it breaks out. You can ride it up again. Now you're way up off of this adaptive 10 again. You can sell some more of your position. But I mean, if you're in at 1240 and the stock is just running and you're not sure, lock it out. If you want to do percentages, like every 25% I'm going to lock out a part of my position, or I'm going to lock out at every dollar. Maybe if you're looking for that 12 to 13, you're going to lock out there, and then 13 breaks, and your next plan is to lock out at 14. You could do it that way. There's a lot of ways. One Life is the admin. I made One Life the admin in the live stream chat because he used to not be so close minded, but I don't know, man. DB is you know, rubbed off on him quite a bit, sadly. Daniel B, you can. What time does the market open and close? Are you going to be specific? You're going to be specific? What time does pre-market open and what time does after hours close? Or are you talking about market open to market close? Because pre-market in Central Time opens at 3 and market open opens at 8:30. So therefore, pre-market would close at 8:30. Then the market closes at... what does the market close at Central Time? Is it 4 or 3? I think it's 4. But then I know after hours closes at 7. I think it's 4 Central Time. No, maybe it's 3. 8:30 to 3. I don't know. I don't trade market close or at the end of the market. So it is 3. So there you go. Do I use the 1 minute chart with the 5? I used to use the 1 minute chart, but I don't anymore. The 1 minute, I haven't used the 1 minute in so long. Oh, HUSN just finally cracked. And that's why, look at that nasty drop. Glad I had that stop loss in there. But this is what I was talking about. This too long to break out. That was going to crack at some point anyway. Whoa. What's going on here? Why do I still have shares in it? Still got 70. Oh, shit. I made a mistake with my stop loss. Gross. Yeah, I just got to get out. It's dumping. So I ended up being a $35 loss because I didn't have my stop. I didn't have the right number. Yeah, I had a 30. Oh, that sucks. That's all right. That's all right. Not a big deal. I should have just got out of this earlier when it took this long. I should have known. But oh well, whatever. Let's see if my stop loss would have been right, I'd have been stopped out at 397 instead of the rest of it being stopped out down here. So that was bad. Let's see. You'll give me every quarter potential resistance. What? No, what do you mean, One Life? I don't know what you're saying here. Don't know because you need other opinions, not just one thought. Listen, I agree that it is good to discuss trading strategies and all that, but your and Daniel B's opinions, you never back up with anything. You just say random stuff and try to discredit me for some reason, like I care about being discredited. I literally sing to stocks. Who are you trying to discredit? I sing to stocks. What do you like? Silly boys. But no, if you're going to have an opinion, back it up. You guys don't ever back up your opinions with anything. So that's why I don't really care about your opinions. Because opinions are only as good as the assholes that they come with. I'm not refusing discussion. You guys won't discuss anything. I give you chances all the time to explain stuff. Don't try to... You guys are acting so ridiculous. What is wrong with y'all? What is your problem with me? What did I do to you? Could you guys explain that? Answer that question. That's the question I want to know. Why you guys are so, like, why do you guys have such a hard on for me? My opinions are wrong? Okay. All right. Sure. If my opinions are wrong, there's a lot of data that I give to back up my opinion. So, until you actually refute any of the data and any of the facts of everything that I've said, you can't really say that my opinion is wrong. See, One Life, you're given the technical analysis definition of, yes, support and resistance is 3 points of contact. Sure, but the simple, like the basic broken down version of support and resistance is literally supply and demand. The whole, anything you're trading, any asset is supply and demand. It's as simple as that. This broke down, this support right here, this $4 support, whether you want to call it 3 points of contact, whether you want to call it, candles hitting at this area, whatever you want to say, more supply, more sellers was right here than buyers. So the price went down. That is supply and demand. Simple and easy. That's not an argument. You can't argue against laws of nature. Supply and demand, like literally anything. You go to the store to go buy a computer right now, there's a chip shortage. Well, guess what? The price of the computer is going to be more expensive. It's supply and demand. It's not debatable or arguable. This is literally what we are doing as day traders, is trading supply and demand. Like, that's not an argument. That's not an opinion. The whole world is supply and demand. It's a law of nature. Yes, I'm giving basic data because that's all you need. You don't need to overcomplicate it. You guys right now are literally arguing with me that I am not complicating day trading enough. What logic does that make sense? Or what logic is that? That doesn't make any sense. So you're telling me you want to work harder and trade harder and learn harder than to work smarter and trade smarter. Like, you want to overcomplicate things on purpose so you can have the right technical terms that some guy in 1943 made up, who was probably coked out of his mind. Like, I don't care what that old guy from 1943 made up. His words are just words. They're words. There's literally, like, look, I'll show you guys this right here. I'm going to pull this up now. Candlestick patterns. The abandoned baby. The abandoned baby. Advanced block. Concealing baby swallow. These are technical terms. You're going to argue with me that you should know these technical terms or know the technicals of it instead of the basic trading. You want to overcomplicate things. You want to learn the concealing baby swallow, but let's not worry about supply and demand. How about, let's see what we got. Identical three crows. How about a long-legged doji? You like long-legged dojis? Stick sandwich. Daniel B's favorite. He loves sucking down a stick sandwich. Unique three river bottom. Yeah. Unique 3 William bottom. Zigzag step pattern. That sounds like a dance move. Zigzag step pattern. Gotta do a little zigzag, a little dance step,
And then while you're watching the chart, you just keep dancing and you just look. And then as soon as you just feel it, you just feel the dance. You feel the zigzag in your step and you just click buy. Like, come on. Exactly. Don't know, nailed it. There's no transaction without somebody on the other side. Every single trade that comes through this time and sells right here, every single one, there's a buyer and a seller. So there is supply and there is demand. Level 2, time and sells, that is nothing but supply and demand. These candlesticks, nothing but supply and demand. This volume, nothing but supply and demand. If you want to look at this and make a whole bunch of names up like the concealing swallow baby, you have fun with that. Have at it. You do what you want. That's your prerogative. But when I'm giving my opinions and teaching, I try to simplify it as much as possible because people are new traders. Most people should have learned supply and demand in school. Nobody learned support and resistance in the stock market in school. These are all, the stock market has been pushed into this special own language that it has to keep everybody who is normal people, everyday hardworking people out of it. Because you got to learn, you basically, like you said, Daniel B, you can't become a doctor in 6 months. Well, no, because you have to go and learn all these super stupid long names that they made up for these diseases. Like COVID, for example, we have the Delta variant. It sounds like a boss in a video game. So that's just crazy. Elijah. I mean, if you consider not overcomplicating things, playing dumb, then I guess. I mean, if you want to call me dumb for trying to make things easier, sure. VZIO. So, support and resistance on this thing. First, let's look at the daily chart. Let's pull up this daily chart here and see what we got going on. So, we can look at this. There's candles, buying and selling, supply and demand all through this. Obviously, we have a 200-day moving average right there that's held up 3 times. That made a unique 3-river bottom right there. That's probably what that is, too. I want to check and see if I was right about that, because I don't even know. Let's look and see if I was right about this unique 3-river bottom. Nope. Yeah. Whatever. But yeah, that 200-day by itself was holding up as support. Cracked it here. So, I mean, you see sellers pushing it down and then buyers coming in. Where are the buyers going to come in to hold the price up? Where's a good price for buyers to buy at? Because that's, if you're a buyer and it's supply and demand, you don't want to be buying the highest price possible. Now, of course, people are going to buy at the highest prices possible, but there's a lot of idiots out there. So that's going to happen. But that's one area which it cracked. We know $20 will be support because $20 is always support. It's a psychological level. And we know we got some resistance up here at 28 because we got 2 mountain peaks. Right across there, 28. Right, so then we can look at some other mountain peaks. Do we have any areas of support right across these candles a little bit? So we can draw that right across there. You see this candle held above that line, which is 26. This candle held above 26. These two held above 26. This one held above 26. All of these got pushed back up. So buying pushed them back up above 26. So that support line was support, but now it's the price is below it. It is now resistance, because support can turn into resistance just like resistance can turn into support. If a price area, say this was to come up to $28 and a bunch of buyers outweighed the sellers at this resistance level and pushed it over it, and then it pushed to 30 and then was to drop back down, this 28 would test as support before it started acting as resistance again. If that 28 holds up as support, then it'll bounce and continue to run up. If not, if there's not enough buyers there at that support and there's more sellers, well, then it's going to drop below the support, and that's going to be resistance again. And then you can see right there, there's some at 23.54 right across the tops of these candles, multiple points of contact, like One Life was saying. But I mean, you can count the candles if you want, or you can just look and say, oh, that area right there, there seems to be a lot of selling, especially with this big wick here. Because anytime you see a big wick on the top side that's red, that means people are pushing it down. There's not enough buyers to push it up. They're pushing it down. Yeah, they are trolls, but I'll give you guys people, there may be some new traders in the chat who might need to hear those support and resistance lessons, so that's absolutely fine. And the supply and demand lesson. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with a little extra knowledge. And now we go to the intraday chart. And notice too, by the way, on this chart, 28 whole number. Where's 28.75? Or not 28.75. It didn't get it. Well, it got up to 28.80. But where did it stop at? 28.80, which is near 20.75. What do we got right here at the tops of these little candles? 27.50. Right around that 27.50. That's another 25 cents. We dropped down. What was that? Was that at? It was 27.50. Where's 27.25 at? Right there. Oh, look at that. What do you know? There's some candles that happen to hit part of the candles. Look, right there. Got 3 points of contact at 27.25. Where's 27? Right here. We got the old 27. Sam's barking. So we draw a line across 27. Look what we got there. 1, 2, 3. So right there, every 25 cents. Who doesn't have a clue what you're... Daniel B., you've not even said anything for anybody to even know what you're talking about. All you said is nonsense. You said my opinion. Let's see. Let's go back and read it. See, this is your argument. Playing dumb. Somebody must buy those shares from sellers. I've already said that. We already said that. That's the whole point of supply and demand. But your opinions are wrong. You're refusing discussion. Should I keep going back? Let's see. What did you just say? Yeah, of course I don't know what you're talking about. You literally have not said anything that's worth anything. Still, nobody knows what you're talking about. But I'm done arguing with you fellas today. You guys don't want discussion. You just want to be trolls. Oh, here's a perfect example of some slope and resistance. So we got high there. This candle's hitting there. This candle hit there. So we can draw that right across the tops of those three candles. Slope and resistance. And where would support be? Oh, look at there. Right around 13.75. Every 25 cents. But I am the crazy one. Okay. What we got right there? 13.60. We bring it down to the top of that little candle. 13.50. Look at there. Resistance at 50 cents. Where did this hit at? $14. Look at there. A whole number. Where did these candles hit at? Right there at 13.75. Every 25 cents is a psychological support and resistance line, whether or not Daniel B. and One Life want to admit to it. It is, and it will always be, because people. Remember, we are trading people, supply and demand of people and their reactions to stocks. So because it is easier as a trader when you're thinking fast to calculate a trade, say if you bought 100 shares at $14 and it runs up to $14.44, well, you know, close to $14.50 on 100 shares would be $50. So you're going to probably sell right around that area. There's more to trading than lines and charts and all of this. There's a psychological element, and that's what I keep saying. Because there's a psychological element in literally every single part of your life. Every single part. You're trading people. Even if you are trading against algorithms, which algorithm trading, they don't cause this much volume. Algorithm would look like a barcode. Let me see if I can find one. May not be able to find one on my scanners. Let's see, let me look down here. Yeah, so here, this is good enough. So this looks like a barcode. I mean, that right there, humans cannot make perfect selling and buying and selling entries on this. Like, that is perfect right across the top of there at 190. And then right across the bottom at 189. So 1 cent, this thing is just moving almost perfectly, making perfect tops. That's an algorithm, and that's why there's random little pops on this, but they're not big pops. The algorithms don't trade huge dollar rips. That's why psychology comes in, especially on these. I mean, just look at the psychology of AMC and GameStop. Everybody and their mama was buying AMC and GameStop, just like 5 years ago or whatever it was. Everybody was buying Bitcoin. And guess what? AMC and GameStop had the hedges shorting them. So there was not a lot of supply of shares after all those people bought them up. There was huge demand and low supply. So GameStop and AMC ran hard. Bitcoin, same thing. There's only 20 million Bitcoin out there. And everybody started buying Bitcoin. It ran like crazy. It's not any type of rocket science that you guys are trying to make it to be. But that's the thing. If you want to make it rocket science, if you want to make everything more difficult, be my guest. That is all up to you. See, got BT and BITF pulling back there a little bit. What the? Who's here now? Hold on just a second, guys. All right. So I'm just going to continue to hold BITF and BTBT for now because Bitcoin did break above 39,000, pulling back here for a second. But Ethereum is kind of leading the market at the moment. And so Ethereum did get rejected at 2,800, but we do have a little bit of support at that 2,750. Right? So that's trying to hold up. I don't know what has happened to you guys. I'm still doing the same thing I've always done. I'm just doing it better than I used to. Let's see, what's the SPY doing? Oh, let's see, get out of there. SPY still going sideways. So it is trying to break up. I got a whole bunch of COVID PR. Bunch of nonsense going on there. See, how's ACY? Oh, ACY did break over 30 for a second. Not too bad. Yeah, I'm gonna keep on BTBT and BITF here a little bit longer today, because it is about this time the crypto market does slow down, and it should pick up again here in a few hours before the stock market starts closing. Get out of here. Thank you. When was the last IPO in the USA? Robinhood probably is the newest IPO. I don't know. Robinhood IPO 3 days ago, but IPOs happen all the time and don't do anything, so it's hard to say. But yeah, that was actually Robinhood IPO'd 6 days ago. And there's probably, could be a new one today, but I don't pay that much attention to every single IPO that comes out. Weber. Saying Weber is IPO today. Do you know what the ticker symbol is? I don't know what that means. But yeah, we'll get the stream about 10 more minutes here. If you guys have any more questions, suggestions, or concerns, go ahead and get those in. WEBR. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a nice IPO today. If you want to find out the IPOs, there's a very simple solution to do that. So if you go to NASDAQ.com and you go to, let's see, where is it at? I just saw it. See, there's news and insights for IPOs, but there's an IPO calendar, right? There it is, IPO calendar. So boom, there you go. If you want to find out what IPOs are upcoming, you can know about them before they ever hit. And you can also see the amount of shares and the expected price range that they're going to come out at. And then these ones are priced. So those are already, yeah, those are already out. But yeah. So NASDAQ.com market activity, IPOs, IPO calendar. And you can even go further into the future if you want. So you, okay, they don't have any for December yet. October. So we just got August. So it's only updated by the month, it looks like. There you go. Does the IPO give listing gains? If it Not necessarily. When something IPO, I mean, look at Weber here. It IPO'd and it sold off right at the beginning. It IPO'd at $17 and dropped down to $15.10. Now it's coming back up, but I mean, IPOs can sell off. That just because an IPO opens doesn't mean it's going to go up. Same thing happened with Robinhood. It depends on how people react to it, what the IPO will do. CCL, well, I don't know where the IPO calendar is on Thinkorswim. I've never looked because I just could go to NASDAQ.com. I'm sure it's somewhere in Market Watch or something. I don't know. Oh, this is Carnival Cruise. Are you looking at it as a day trade? Because as a day trade, it's below all indicators, and that is my new rules. I don't trade anything under all the indicators. It could push up maybe to that 24.50 area, 25, but Oh yeah. I know there's a yeah, I know you can draw the support like that with that price level tool, but I just don't do it because I forget. That's pretty much why. They do have a lot of neat tools. I just always use the trend line thing because I do draw sloping support and resistances and stuff like that. Carnival Cruise, the cruise lines and the airlines are way over leveraged. I guarantee Carnival Cruise Lines has very, very ugly numbers. I'm going to pull it up real quick here and we'll take a look and see what it looks like before I go. But I'm pretty sure that this is super over leveraged. Oh God, yeah. So right there they had a net income of negative 10 billion and a negative 182% profit margin. So that's, I mean, of course that was from the drop, the COVID drop. As you can see, their total assets are 53 million. Their total liabilities are 33 billion. I said million, but their debt to assets is 61%. I don't like anything long term that has 61% debt to assets. Yeah, look at their operating expenses. Their operating expenses are all negative billions. Yeah, it's been going down too, year after year. But here's the balance sheet. Yeah, $28 billion in debt. But it's cash flow. This is what I look at the most. And they have been, even in 2019, they only had $46 million in cash flow. That was before, God. Yeah, so they're continually getting worse and worse, even without COVID. COVID just put the nail in the coffin, basically. But the only reason why Carnival Cruise Lines and the airlines like American Airlines are still open is because the government bailed them out again. I would. Here's the thing. I'm super bearish on the stock market. I don't own any stocks other than the swing trades that you guys see that I'm in. So I'm not buying anything right now. That's me personally. We're going to have a correction at some point, and if you're buying stocks right now that are kind of at the top, then that's usually not a good sign. I mean, the market's hitting new highs over and over again, and I don't particularly like that. I'm waiting for a big correction before I buy any more stocks, because at some point we will have a correction. The market can't go up forever. It has to have a correction. And this whole run has been the Federal Reserve just pumping money into the markets. So, I mean, make your own decisions, but any stock right now for long term, I don't like it. I don't like anything long term right now. Not until we have a correction. I didn't say the market was going to go to zero. I said it's going to have a big correction. Well, just from what I saw on TradingView here, on the taxes, which is why I got real quiet because I didn't really want to get into all this, but I'll pull it back up again so you guys can see this. If the government didn't bail them out, then I'm going to need an explanation about this taxes thing here. It's either I don't know what I'm looking at on that taxes thing, or the government bailed them out because they were positive in taxes as an expense. How are you positive with something where they take away from you unless the government gave you tax breaks and benefits? Where was that at? It was on the income statement, was it? Yeah, right here. So 2017, they paid $60 million in taxes. 2018, they paid $55 million. 2019, they paid $70 million. And then all of a sudden in 2020, they got $70 million. They got a net $17 million in taxes. And then they're expected to get $11 million there. So they're getting some type of tax return. They're getting some type of subsidy to be able to have positive taxes. They're $1 billion corporation and they got positive taxes when they normally pay 60 to 70 million. So I don't know. Either I'm reading that wrong or TradingView's wrong, or I don't know. But that just to me looks like the government shenanigans. BT trying to push back over 14 again. Yeah, coming up to that downtrend. Yeah, you guys, I know you don't think that the market can crash and that the U.S. dollar can crash. You've got the America is impervious. America can never fall. Hype that's been put into your brain. So what'd you say? ITC? I don't need to put it in trading view. I can just put it in here. Just need to see the. Unless that's something out of. Is it a foreign stock? Let's see. What did he say? What is it then? ITC. Oh, okay, yeah, it is a foreign stock. Ooh, look at that bull flag. It's got a nice little triangle consolidation there. I'm on the 15-minute. Let me back out of this 15-minute though. Now, here's the thing. Because this is not in America, I don't know about. Let's see, what country's flag is that? What is the NSE? I don't know what the NSE is. I'm not that adept on global markets as far as the actual stock market's names. What is NSE? I'm trying to. India. Okay. National Stock Exchange of India. So I don't know India's economic situation. As far as a swing trade, though, just off of pure technical analysis, you got some resistance there at 215 that it needs to break. 240 is going to be some strong resistance. Like right now, it's in this consolidation on the daily chart. And it's making this little triangle. So with a triangle, it can break to the upside when it gets to the tip, or it can break to the downside. So right now, if you're in this price range of 200 to 223, it could easily go one way or the other. And I don't know much about this. I'm just looking at the technical analysis. Could be. It kind of looks like a head and shoulders pattern almost. There's the head. This would be a shoulder, and this is possibly another shoulder. So I wouldn't touch this personally as a swing trade, because there's no definite direction on it. Well, there is. It's down. there's your definite direction. But until it breaks this downtrend, it could easily just continue to sell off down this downtrend. It could crack out of this triangle and drop down. Oh, I'm looking at it. Let's see, I'm looking all the way back to 2011. I didn't realize I was looking back that far. So let me look at it just on the 2021 chart. So it started in January. Yeah, it's been basically consolidating all year long. It could possibly break out over this 215 area here in the tip of this triangle. But this is basically a whole year of a wedge. A whole year of consolidation. See it in the volume too. see, where's this support at? This support is at that 200 right across there. So, I mean, 200 is some support. It's held up so far. But it just needs to break that downtrend, basically. It needs to break over 215 and start pushing up. If it can break this downtrend, it could run to 240. There's that resistance at 240. That is probably going to be tough. I don't see it breaking through that right away. If it can't hold that resistance, or if it can't hold 200 support, then it could drop down to maybe 190 could hold possibly, but if not, it would be all the way back down here around like 165. Maybe 175. Yeah, 175 probably could hold. So I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, there's a lot of possibilities on this. It's not like very clear cut. It's been in a downtrend since 2017. I don't like trading stocks that's been in downtrends that long either. So that, without knowing anything about this stock, that's about all I can really give you on that. Hey, BTBT coming up again. NBITF. Come on, boys. Let's go. Nifty. Oof, boy, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. What did I plan on? My top 5? I plan on rebuilding my dividend portfolio. So I'm definitely going to be looking for some dividend stocks. There's one that I probably would definitely get back into is MNDO. And the reason why I like MNDO, and this is a little high price now, but if we go to the full-on chart, or at least a 3-year, it's been pretty consistent. Let's see. Can I add that a higher time frame than just 3 years? Yeah, there we go. Max available aggregation day. Let's just go week, so it's not as choppy. Okay. Used to have a max week. Wonder where that went. Okay. So there's the max chart on this. And you see, can I go back any further? Well, I don't really need to go back that far, but once it started paying dividends, it's been consistently moving and staying above $2 support. So it's got strong support at $2. It dipped during COVID, but trying to push back up to this $4 previous high, but down around $1.50, $2. I like it because it pays out. I'm trying to see what they paid out recently. Let's see. Yeah, they're still okay, 26 cents. So they usually pay out between 24 to 26 cents annually. So when this stock is at $2 and you get 26 cents per share annually, that is over 10% dividend yield. And this is a company in Israel, so I don't have to worry about the U.S.'s nonsense. And they are a communications information company. So the MNDO is one to go do your research on, do your due diligence, but it is one that is always on my watch list for portfolio dividend stocks. Oh, damn. Thank you, Master Sparky. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it. Nah, I don't like buying none of them high expensive price stocks. Another one I always keep an eye on is IIPR, because this is a REIT. This is one of those real estate investment trusts, but they have a stupid business model. Their business model is so good. Because federal legalization has not happened yet, all the dispensaries and pot companies they can't use banks. So that means they can't get loans or any type of financing the traditional way. So what IIPR does is they go to the marijuana companies that are in trouble and says, hey, we'll buy your property and rent it back out to you. But when we buy your property, you'll get, enough money to get what you need and all of that, and then you just pay us rent on the property every month. So it's amazing business strategy, and it shows on their chart as they have consistently ran. I mean, this thing, since it IPO'd back in 2017, just climbing like crazy, and they pay out some very nice dividends. I think this is a quarterly dividend. Yeah, so they pay out a quarterly dividend of $1.40. So you're getting close to $6 a year annually on a $222 stock right now, which is high. That's why I'm saying it actually just ripped today. Look at that. It just ripped today from 218 and 229. But if the market corrects like I want and it comes back down to the 100 to 125 area, all day. If it drops below 100, all day. I bought this back in the COVID dip last year around, I think it was 60 right here in this. And then since we've come up so much, I sold it at 200 because, like I said, I'm bearish on the stock market right now. So that's another one that would be on my watch list I'm not going to say when we do have a correction, because at some point there will be a correction. But those two are two of my favorites. Absolutely, Sparky. Appreciate it, sir. And I'm going to do that video for you coming out here soon on those junior miners that you suggested. I'm going to do that all in one video because you suggested like 5 different ones. I'm actually excited about that list. It's going to be Master Sparky's list of junior miners. Yeah, I gained $140 on a share on IIPR from COVID till up here, plus all the dividend payments. But that IPR is basically what I look for on my long-term holds. I'm looking for something that is always on an uptrend and that pays out good dividends. So another one, AMD has kind of went too crazy. AMD is way up there. They don't pay a dividend, but AMD is one, if it was to come back down to maybe or the correction, maybe 75. That would probably be all right. But I like Intel better. Here's Intel. Intel doesn't move as crazy as AMD does, but look at those consistent dividends. Look at all that green. They're both chip makers. Intel pays out 34 cents quarterly. And it gets some nice dips, some nice buying opportunities on it. But you can see INTC over its whole entire life of its chart. Well, except back there it did have a little pop-up, premature pop-up. But for the most, overall it's been in an uptrend over the last 20, 30 years. So that's another one I kind of like. If you like chip makers. One of the I didn't have a lot of IIPR. I mean, I didn't make like a super ton of money on it or anything because I had spread out my portfolio. I was when COVID happened, and you can ask One Life and DB about this. When that drop happened, I thought the market was going to go lower, so I didn't start buying in till a little bit later when the market started rebounding, and it just looked like it was going to keep rebounding. And then we heard the Feds were putting money in, so after a couple of failed breakdowns, I started buying in. So I was still expecting it to go lower, and I never got to fill out my whole position of it. So I only had a little bit of IIPR. It was still a nice gain, but not as much as you might think it was. I didn't have like 100 shares or anything like that. I just had a few. But if you want to see some of the stocks that I like, go check the top 5 playlist lessons, because I've got top 5 tech stocks in there, and I've got the top 10 precious metals mining this year. Last year I did one on gaming stocks, the esports stocks. So that's one to check out. 2 things just popped up on my scanner here. But yeah, those top 5 videos, those will give you an idea, because I don't buy in every single sector. I like tech, and I like cannabis stocks that are decent, not garbage. This actually, if this breaks 3, this could start breaking out here. And I like precious metals, and I like REITs. So my portfolio, when I build a portfolio, it is only REITs, precious metals, cannabis, and tech. That's it. I don't put oil in there. I don't do any retail. Like I refuse to do retail. Like Peloton, I will never buy 1 share of Peloton because it's an exercise company. And all it takes is one exercise company with a new idea to come through, and Peloton goes out of business. And that happens in the tech sector too. The tech sector speaking of tech sector, there's another one, but this is breaking out over at $3, so it might be a possible rip coming here. Horizon. This one is a tech one I like. Now, the reason why I like is it Horizon? Yeah, Horizon Technology. They pay out dividends monthly. Monthly. I'll repeat that. Monthly. 10-cent dividends monthly. And it's only $17 right now. But I would like it back down here at $4.50, like when it crashed in COVID. But what this company does is they finance tech startup companies. So the tech startup will need money to get going. They will loan them the money, and then that tech startup has to pay them back. So eventually, if that tech startup explodes, they will make quite a bit of money. And Horizon, their management team has successfully done this for a while now. You can see they've been consistently paying monthly dividends since 2015. So that's another one. But like I was saying with the tech sector, same thing with the retail sector. You can see a company come out that can totally blow away a previous company that might have been a strong company. So like AMD right now is smoking Intel, and AMD is a newer company, but I don't think Intel's out of the woodworks yet because there's a chip shortage. And there's a chip shortage, so there's plenty of room for other chip makers. I doubt Intel's going to go out of business anytime soon. Plus, Intel's finances are pretty good, or they were. I mean, Peloton may continue to go up, but like, what is the potential of Peloton? It's they make exercise bikes. They're nice exercise bikes, but what is their future goals? I don't know enough about the company, and I don't care about exercise bikes. That's not something that is game changing. If they come out with a brand new, better exercise bike than the one from last year, well, that's the same thing as if Oric comes out with a new, better vacuum cleaner. You know, so I don't like to trade stocks that bore me, and retail stocks bore me. Because you got to do, that's the thing, you got to do the due diligence and research when you're looking for long term trades. And if I'm diving into all that information, doing all that research, I want to be researching something that I'm interested in. So that way I'll actually do the research. And I have no interest in, oh, that got rejected hard at 3. Tried to break, but couldn't do it. I have no interest in retail or exercise bikes. So I have a dividend scanner. Well, you can Google dividend stocks, but you're going to get a whole bunch of articles and things like that from Motley Fool and all these places. They're going to be like, "Oh, these are the best ones," and you can look at those articles, and then if I'm doing that, I will look at them. I'll write down all the stocks they're talking about, but I won't listen to any of the article. I'll just write those stocks down, and then I will go and check the stock. I always check cash flow. I always check the dividend payments. Are they consistently paying out dividends? Have they missed any dividend payments? You know, you got to do the full-on research. But you can also just make a dividend scanner. So I have a dividend scanner, which is in that one recent scanner video. And this is only $1 to $1.20. But now I have a whole list of stocks that pay dividends, and you can change it to dividend frequency, and guess what we got there? We got M for month. So we got some dividend yields there for the month, monthly payments, horizon right there. Boom, boom, boom. So I am working on doing a video here soon for cheap dividend stocks that I like. Of course, Horizon and MNDO are going to be on there, but you've got a bunch of other ones here. Oh, thank you, Be Happy. I appreciate that. Very nice. You know, you guys don't have to give me money. It's okay. I appreciate the support. Just hitting the like button is enough for me, but I appreciate you guys doing that. But yeah. So let's see. I would look through this, and TEF's paying out a 7-cent dividend monthly. So let's look at it and see what it looks like. And then I got to get going. So I'm not seeing any dividend payments. So sometimes the scanner will pull up things that might have like a private dividend or something. Oh, okay, I see. They just announced Tortoise Power. It's a fund? Let's see. Yeah, they just declared a dividend that should have got paid out on July 30th. But it's not showing it. Was it a special dividend? No, it's a monthly distribution. Yeah, so they're just now paying out this dividend. So that's actually interesting. See, on a monthly basis, details on each private deal that has taken place over the prior month will be published here. So this is not a stock though. This is some type of fund. It's a power and energy fund. Yeah. They invest in energy infrastructure and the transition to cleaner energy by providing capital for social impact projects focused on education and senior living. I am actually going to take a look at this later. it's kind of interesting, and they're paying out a monthly dividend that they just started, so yeah, we'll keep that one on watch. But yeah, see right there, I just did this dividend scan and found TEAF. Let's see, this one supposedly is $8. Oxford Square Capital, $4. It's paying out 3.5 cents, so let's take a look at it and see what it looks like. Oh yeah. Look at these dividends. Yeah, so they're paying out 3.5 cents every month. So that's 12 cents a year. Well, no, let's see. 16 cents a year. 4.72. What would that yield be? Let's see, 10% would be 40 cents. So about 5% ish. Around 5% off the top of my head is be the dividend yield annually for a $4 stock, $5 stock. Not too bad. What do you mean you need a good signal? Like, are you wanting to know a good strategy to make money, or are you wanting me to just tell you when to buy something? Because I'm not going to do that. I don't tell people to buy or sell stocks. All I do is just show the information, show what I'm doing, and it's up to you guys to make your own decisions on what you buy or sell. But I am not a financial advisor. I am just a technical analyst. Oxford Square Capital. This thing was down at $1. If you could get if this could come back down to $1 and still, I mean, the thing is, well, actually, they actually paid more back then. They're paying less now than they were. Yeah, they were still paying 6 cents down here at this cheaper price, so their profits have gotten tighter. That's the thing with dividends. That's why you gotta look. They're decreasing their dividend payments, and it's not that consistent either. Looking at the max week chart, I mean you only have 2 years, so it would be a riskier play. I'd have to look more into this company, but. Yeah, that scanner, in the new video, you can find the settings for this dividend scanner and how to set it up like this. And I actually do show you how to do it. See, BTBT still holding around 14. Not too bad. But TAEF I am going to look into, this energy company. Especially because it's a green energy fund. Alright guys, well I've went a little bit over. Apparently, Daniel B doesn't like dividend stocks. He likes exercise machine stocks, but dividend stocks. Ah! All right, guys, I'm going to call it a day. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. Appreciate those who threw some money my way. Don't ever feel like you have to do that. I do this not to take your guys' money. I do this to take the big corporations' money for advertising and sponsorships. So, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow for some Friday trading. We'll see what happens. We'll let you guys know what happens tonight in the last rip on BTBT and BITF. They're the only two things I am still in. And I'm going to hold them as long as Bitcoin or Ethereum continue to climb. Yeah, you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Until next time. Oh, and also smack that like button on your way out. Thank you, Lori. I appreciate that. Oh, and have a great night to you, Lori.